Hey all, this is Fallon, and I'm the writer slash creator slash director of Instability. And this is Abby, and I'll be interviewing her today.
Yes, she, her.
What is your role on Instability?
I'm the intimacy coordinator on Instability.
Yeah, and why is that role so important? I mean, there's probably some people out there that don't know what that is.
Yeah, so an intimacy coordinator, um, their role on set is to, when there are scenes involving intimacy, scenes with either sexual content or non sexual touching, just anything where performers might have to be especially vulnerable with each other. The intimacy coordinator is there to help guide them through it, make sure everybody's comfortable, everybody knows, you know, what they have to be doing. There's no surprises, and making sure that everyone on set also knows, uh, yeah, just like what's going on, so that everyone can do their job as efficiently as possible and as comfortably as possible.
Absolutely, that was a very important role. And if you don't have one, you should probably get one if you need it in your show. Some shows don't have intimacy. Why did you choose Instability?
Yeah, I saw the project and it just looked like a really, not only a fun project, but like an important project, one that like showcases uh, sides of folks that we normally don't get to see. And yeah, I was just very excited to meet everyone and uh, get to work.
So you're leaving Instability because you're moving away. Um, but how could you?
Here's the thing. uh, I had to. I had to for my life.
Yes.
But I will of course, I genuinely will miss everyone, and I'm very sad that I can't continue working on it, but
We're sad too, but
you
we
know.
understand. You have to do what's best for you. In the show, we kind of talk about astrology a lot. What's your astrology sign? Zodiac sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
Capricorn. That's my rising sign.
Okay,
Yeah, so we have something the same in a big three, so that's pretty cool,
sure.
I guess.
If I knew more, I would agree for sure.
Let me just start talking to your ear off about my whole chart.
I mean, I would nod and smile. And
Are there any actors or directors you dream of working with?
yeah, so I really admire the Korean director Bong Joon-ho. Um, his films are so outlandish and funny and human, and everyone on those films just seems to have the best time. So I would love Bong Joon-ho. I'm I'm saying, here's
Hopefully he
listen.
sees
I'm
this.
saying.
And what is your favorite TV show?
Um, my favorite TV show that I can remember at this very moment is probably the show You're the Worst that was on FX about a decade ago now, actually. But it was about just a group of young adults in their like late 20s, early 30s, who were, as the title suggests, um, the worst people you could ever meet, like very in the style of It's Always Sunny. But it was a very honest look at mental illness a lot of the time, while also being very, very funny. One of the main characters, Gretchen, goes through a very, very difficult bout of depression periodically throughout the show, and I think the portrayal of depression was really nuanced and honest, while also honoring the humor that the show strove for.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds interesting. It kind of sounds like a show I watched recently. Girls? Did you ever watch Girls?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I would say they definitely share some of the same DNA.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense. TV shows or movies inspired you to get into this? Oh, you wanted to skip this question, didn't you?
yeah. Because I mean, it could be literally anything I've ever watched. So I love the whole thing. All of it's very cool.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I love TV too. That's why I write TV. But we had fun on set, right?
Yes,
Yes, we had so much fun on set. What was your favorite memory?
I really enjoyed not only getting to know the actors I was going to be working with for the intimate scenes, but also just being able to for this was my first time intimacy coordinating, but just being able to work with them and help them as they were able to go to that vulnerable place and support them, as things came up, and make sure that, like, again, that like filming went smoothly and that everybody knew what they were supposed to be doing. So, like, yeah, it was great. All of it was great.
What's next for you since you're leaving us behind?
Yeah, so I am moving to California to try and find work as an intimacy coordinator, and just sort of get more involved in the community there, and yeah, learn more.
Do you want to talk about trying to get involved in the industry there?
Um, no.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's completely fair.
That's a can of worms I don't need to open today.
Well, I like to do this for everybody that works on instability. So, would you like to shamelessly self promote yourself?
Absolutely. So for my intimacy work, you can find me at abbyadams.creative at Instagram, and my website is abbyadamscreative, currently .weebly.com. Might soon be abbyadamscreative.com. Abby Adams Creative, you'll probably find me.
Got it. So, if you need an intimacy coordinator and you're in California, because she's leaving us here in Wisconsin.
I also do remote work if you're looking for that.
Yes. Yes. She's going to be where it's warm. It's May 3rd here, and I'm cold.
I'm also cold.
So, that's what we get for being a Wisconsin based production. So, just one last question before we wrap. What else do you want those who watch Instability to know?
I just, it's a story about being friends with people for a very long time, and I want everybody who has friends, which should be everyone, to just treasure your friends and check in on them when maybe you haven't talked to them in a while. That's all.
Yeah. So, and if you want to help us, you can go to our bio where there's a link to our GoFundMe. I'd love to start paying the cast and crew, but right now I'm just like everybody else and have a full-time job and no money. And we'll be trying to release the pilot sometime in the end of 2025. Quarter 4. Let's talk like accountants.
Absolutely.